Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another IACL video. I'm Shader Josh, and I'll be bringing you my week. Shoot, what week is this? It's week 5, season 2 of the IACL. After this battle, we're going to be halfway done with the regular season and potentially playoffs for us, which is definitely weird to think because this league is like my life because like all my closest friends online are on here, and it's definitely cool to hang out with them and battle. So. Yeah, it's sad to see that we're already almost halfway done. So, without further ado, let's get to the team builder. As you can see, his team is on the right for your convenience because I feel like it's better for you guys to see his team while I say what I'm bringing and why I'm bringing it, and what I feel like it'll be able to accomplish. Now, my team is the same as always, excluding the free agents that I did last week after the week 3 because my team definitely needed to be rebuilt. And if you don't remember my free agents, I will definitely go over my whole team right now. Anyways, my team consists of Azumarill, Latios, Bronzong, Tyranitar, Blaziken, Torterra, Licky Staraptor, Megabedro, and Raichu. Still sucks that my only hazard removal Pokemon is a defog user, but we'll get through it. Besides, most of my Pokemon that are weak to rocks most of the time aren't too hurt by it. Anyways, speaking of being weak to rocks, the first Pokemon we're going to go over is my Megabedro. As you can see through his team, his Pokemon are not fast at all. His fastest Pokemon is base 100, and that's definitely no. Excuse me. His fastest Pokemon is base 108 with the Virizion. So I ran enough speed to outspeed a max speed Virizion with only 84 speed investment and an adamant nature, not even Jolly. I outspeed Virizion, which is definitely crazy. So I'm able to put a lot into HP. I can dump a lot into my physical defense just in case I need to take a Leaf Blade or a close combat from the Virizion, and extreme speed if I'm at a good enough amount of HP, and maybe a Sucker Punch from the Nidoking. I don't know. Well, I can also take a return pretty well from my Mega Altaria. So, yeah, with this investment, I'm able to outspeed a lot of his team, and I'm able to pivot around with Poison, with U-turn, and just hit things hard with the Drill Run and the Poison Jab. Rotom Wash gets 2-hit KO by Poison Jab because Adamant Adaptability, Max Attack is just absolutely powerful. His really only real wall to this is Arcanine, which is why I pretty much feel like he will bring it. And, I feel like the Pokemon that he will bring the most, like, guaranteed, Mega Altaria, the Rotom Wash, the Arcanine, and the Mew. Anything else could be a toss-up. Nidoking because it can, deal a lot of damage to even my special wall, which is my Bronzong with Fire Blast and or Flamethrower. Because I'm not going to be running Heat Proof, I'm going to be running Levitate most of the time. Because if he has to hit a super effective move, maybe he'll miss if it's Fire Blast, Flamethrower. No, can't miss, of course. And anything else could be a toss-up. He can bring the Hanch, he can bring the Hariyama, he can bring the Cryogonal if he really wants to. I don't know why he would, though. Because it kind of gets destroyed by a Psyshock. Because, defense and all that. Virizion, I don't think he would, unless he's like a Scarf Stone Edge set. And then the Magneton, maybe. Because I don't think it would be able to do a lot to my team. I'm going to be honest. But, I don't know what Sean would bring, but I definitely know what his first 4 Pokemon are going to be. Anyways. We're going towards the 4-minute mark of my video, and we've gone over 1 Pokemon. I don't want to take too much of your guys' time because I feel like I keep forgetting about that. I always forget. Anyways, yeah, my team is pretty straightforward this week, so I feel like there isn't too much to explain. I'm not bringing too much heat. Well, maybe a little, but not too much, really. Anyways, by the way, ignore this. This was I did bring Jolly to the battle, I promise. I did bring Jolly. I did not bring Timid. Anyways, it was just a mistake when I was transferring it online. Anyways, my next Pokemon is my Blaziken. No item is an inside joke to the TTM tourney from a long time ago. I recommended Matt to use a no item Blaziken to become a a switch into Weavile, and ever since then I've been considered a terrible person. And kind of, ruined Matt's chances of making it to the finals. I don't blame him, though. I don't know what I was thinking. I was probably high. But anyways, this set has enough speed to outspeed Honchkrow. And that's pretty much it. because I don't expect myself to outspeed much of anything else. It also outspeeds a non-invested Rotom, so there you go. It could outspeed Arcanine, depends on what its speed investment is, of course. And if I get a crit Stone Edge, even after Intimidate, I kill it. So, yeah, that's definitely something to note. But yeah, this Pokemon. Oh, and the Hariyama. I outspeed Hariyama. But this Pokemon's here to deal with Honchkrow if it gets a +1. Not knockoff. Sucker Punch does not do anything to me at +1. You'd have to be Scarf Bravebird to kill me. And if you Scarf Bravebird, my Donald Trump kind of walls it. So, and I can kind of kill it pretty easily with the move that you'll see later on. But yeah, I'm a full physical set because I jump kick. Kind of nukes his team. I saw just Flare Blitz because there's not a lot of Pokemon in the meta that actually switches into both these moves rather well. On the top of my head, if I had to say a Pokemon that does, probably Jellicent, and that's pretty much the only one I could think of. There's probably more, but that's just off the top of my head. But I can definitely see this Blaziken can put in a lot of work, even though it does not speed a lot of his offensive threats, but it outspeeds Hariyama, Honchkrow, and and the defensive Pokemon of Arcanine, Rotom Wash. But of course, that depends on their spread. Anyways, my next Pokemon I'm going to go over is my Liberty. Oh, and one more thing. I have Baton Pass for Initiative since Blaziken does not learn U-Turn. Baton Pass is the next best thing, so I'll definitely see if this could work. It would be kind of cool to see Baton Pass actually work. So anyways, my next Pokemon is going to be my Bronzong. Okay, Bronzong this week is bringing the especially defensive set. Especially defensive, so I can deal with his Cryogonal if he brings it, Magneton if he brings it, and I can eat one fire move from the Nidoking, and that's pretty much it. You can also and the set also deals with his Mega Altaria reasonably well, so that's a good thing to note. Anyways, I have Stealth Rock because Stealth Rock is good. It hits the Arcanine hard, Cryogonal hard, and the Honchkrow hard, and the Altaria before Mega Evolution. So it's something to note. And speaking of Mega Altaria, Garbo hits it extremely hard, especially if it's a DD set. I kind of destroy it. The only way I wouldn't be able to handle Mega Altaria is if he's like a Heal Bell Cotton Guard set. But if that was the case, he probably wouldn't have Roost. So that's something to note. Anyways. I have Earthquake just in case I get trapped by the Magneton. I can easily handle it. So, because the 2 KOs Eviolite Magneton, I'm pretty sure. And if he's not Eviolite, that's even better. He's like Choice Scarf, for example. Anyways, I have the Toxic, so I can hit the Arcanine and the Mew because Synchronize does not work on me. Fun fact. And I can Toxic the Arcanine. And that's pretty much what I felt like I could do. Earthquake to hit of course, the Nidoking and the Magneton hard. And the Gyro Ball, for reasons, hit Virizion pretty hard and the Mega Altaria pretty hard. Honchkrow pretty hard, even though it's not fast because it's frail as hell. And the only Pokemon I really can't touch really well with this set is the Hariyama. And with my defensive investment, Beedrill is actually considered a pretty good switch-in, considering he would probably click Knockoff or Close Combat. And now it's pretty much Bronzong. It's here to be my wall, and like I said, it's came every week for a reason because Bronzong is too good to not bring every week. Really, it's put in so much work, and according to the analysis that Lou did, and he's like the vice president of the IACL. He voted Bronzong as like the MVP of the season so far when it comes to a defensive Pokemon. So yeah, my Bronzong should feel honored because I don't think I've ever actually been given an award for defensive Pokemon of so far. So that's cool. Anyways, my next Pokemon is going to be my Tyranitar. Tyranitar this week being a special set because I don't want to deal with Intimidate. And it's kind of annoying. Earth Power absolutely annihilates the Magneton unless he's sturdy, and it hits the Nidoking reasonably hard, even though Ice Beam does more. It does do more. Pretty sure. No. Forget I said that. No, they're both 90 base power. Excuse me. Ancient Power to deal with the Arcanine. 2 kills. Arcanine reasonably well. I can get a boost. Dark Pulse, I can hit the Mew pretty hard unless he is Cobra Berry, and if he's like a fighting move, Mew, I have Chople. Chople Berry is also for potentially close combat Arcanine, so I can eat it, and as well as close combat Virizion. And after the defense drops, Ice Beam would do a lot. And Ice Beam's and not to mention it's also there for the Honchkrow in case he hits me with a superpower I live, and I just destroy it with the Ancient Power because it's the same base power as Ice Beam because stab and all that. So, and you never know, a boost can potentially happen. And even though my special attack isn't too high, it can definitely hit a lot of Pokemon on his team reasonably hard. In fact, I have a move for every single Pokemon on his team except the Hariyama, which is kind of bad, but I feel like I have the threats to handle Hariyama. So, this Pokemon is here to potentially get some flinches with Dark Pulse, a boost with Ancient Power, and Ice Beam for potential super effective damage on the Nidoking and the Honchkrow and the Virizion and the Mega Altaria. I forgot to mention. And Ancient Power gets the boost on the. No, well, not the boost, of course. I don't know if it will or not. But it definitely hits the Cryogonal hard, even though it has base a lot of special defense. And then the Arcanine, reasonably hard. Mega Altaria before Mega Evolution if he switches in for some reason. I don't know why he would. But that's basically the main gist of it. So, my next Pokemon is going to be my Young Bleeze. Anyways, my Young Bleeze is just like my Bronzong has come every single week this season, and for good reason. And that's because it's definitely put in so much work, and it's been able to do exactly what it's been able to do. And that's pretty much why it's up in the kill rankings, I'm pretty sure, last time I checked. But yeah, this Pokemon has Play Rough, Waterfall, Aqua Jet, and Toxic. Aqua Jet second to a KO, Cryogonal, even after Stealth Rock because of its just poor defense. And also they hit Nidoking pretty hard unless it's Pasho Berry, hashtag RIP. And Waterfall to hit Arcanine pretty hard even at -1. And also Rindo Berry for the stupid Virizion. Unless he's +2, and even at +2, I have a chance of living because of my insane bulk at 401 HP. I have 16 speed investment at outspeed, a slightly speed invested Hariyama, and destroy with Play Rough. And then I have the Play Rough to also hit the Mega Altaria pretty hard, Honchkrow pretty hard, even though a Brave Bird would hurt, and if it's at +1, I'm pretty sure it kills, especially if he has Life Orb. And not to mention, Aqua Jet is just good for priority. Like, if I can, after Stealth Rock, Aqua Jet does like way over 50% to Cryogonal, which is huge. And it 2 KOs Nidoking, so if it's at a certain amount of HP, I would actually kill it with Aqua Jet unless he is the Forbidden Pasho Berry, which in the state of Texas is kind of it's a forbidden fruit. Like, anybody who's caught here with a Pasho Berry nowadays is immediately sent to jail, given a death sentence, etc. So, yeah, we want to make sure nobody crosses our territory with a Pasho Berry because they're going to be in huge trouble otherwise. So, anyways, I also forgot to explain Toxic. Toxic, so I can hit the Arcanine hard because even though it's super effective with Waterfall, a -1 Waterfall, if he's defensive, will not do a lot. And he would be able to beat me 1v1 with Morning Sun, Will-O-Wisp, whatever he chooses to do. So that's not good, especially since I don't have a Cleric this week. So I want to make sure I can hit it with a Toxic and immediately leave, and potentially go into Blaziken, predicting the Willow. Something like that. Something of that sort. Because in all reality, a standard Arcanine cannot really touch a Blaziken, especially with the HP investment I have. And since I'm not hasty, I'm timid, a physical move would not hurt me. Anyways, my last Pokemon this week is going to be my Latios. Latios being the last Pokemon this week with the Psyshock, the Substitute, the Draco Meteor, and the Earthquake. Let me explain Substitute. I'm not Substitute Calm Mind or anything like that, even though he might think I am with the leftovers. I'm Substitute leftovers so I can deal with Sucker Punch. Honchkrow, I send it in, I go for the sub, predicting the Sucker Punch, and I can nuke it with Draco Meteor afterwards. And that's pretty much my logic for having that Psyshock, so I can destroy the Cryogonal, especially after rocks. Earthquake, because I've already killed a Magnezone with an Earthquake once, might as well do it twice to its younger sibling being Magneton. Anyways, I also have the Psyshock, so I can hit the Nidoking pretty hard, Hariyama pretty hard, Virizion pretty hard, Draco hits everything else pretty hard. So basically this Pokemon beats his team. The only Pokemon that it can't do too much to is Mega Altaria, because that Fairy Dragon is just a forbidden type for Mega Latios, because it can't really do too much to it. So basically, if I ever have Latios, I need my Bronzong to be alive as well, and maybe possibly my Azumarill, because it lives a +1 return at a certain amount of HP. And by a certain amount of HP, I mean pretty close to full. So, anyways, we're about to hit the 15-minute mark, and let me just go over the goal for this week. If we were to settle into a circle and say, here's the game plan, boys, My game plan is to exert pressure on my Mega Beedrill immediately by putting up Stealth Rock on the field, hindering his Arcanine little by little, because that's pretty much his only wall to my Mega Beedrill besides Honchkrow, because it's a pick your poison moment at that point. Do I switch, predicting the Sucker Punch, or do I stay in predicting the Pursuit? That would be the real question right there. But besides that, my Mega Beedrill runs ham on his team unless he's like a Scarf Mew as well. That's also something to note. Basically, well, Scarf anything really can kind of hurt my Mega Beedrill, so I need to scout for that. Another game plan right there. I need to hinder his team with my Mega Beedrill plus Stealth Rock, and I need to scout for Scarf. That's pretty much it, especially since I don't have a setup Pokemon this week, because that's kind of a weakness of my team. I don't have a lot of setup Pokemon besides like Double Dance, Blaziken, and Rock Polish Torterra, and maybe Workup Staraptor, and that's pretty much it, really. Oh, Swords Dance Mega Beedrill too. How could I forget? That's actually a pretty viable set. But I think I just voice cracked a little bit there, and I hope my voice has been clear throughout the entire recording, because that's my goal for you guys, to make sure you guys can hear me, because I don't want my videos to be a waste to watch, especially since I take a good amount of time explaining all my thoughts, even though most of it's rambling. So, that is the goal. We have 3 things set down and planned. I've already said it 3 times, might as well say it a 4th time. I'm going to set up the Stealth Rock, exert pressure on my Mega Beedrill, and I'm going to scout for Scarf. That's basically it. And how am I going to scout for Scarf? I can do that with my other Pokemon, in case I need to like Psych 'em. Or if I see a Pokemon change up a move against my switching, I'll know it's not Scarfed. Then if I had to predict a Scarf Pokemon he would bring, I can easily see Honchkrow coming as a Scarf user, Nidoking as a Scarf user, and Mew as a Scarf user. Anything else wouldn't make too much sense, especially the Virizion, because I have a Bronzong plus a Mega Beedrill, and you would have to lock himself into like Stun Edge, and between those 2 Pokemon, it's really hard to run Scarf Virizion. So I feel like that wouldn't be a Scarf set he would bring. But Scarf Mew with Psyshock is definitely a pretty good set, because Kersey actually brought that last season for Flame's Mega Beedrill, or Flame Dog 3. So I wouldn't be surprised if he did so, because that's actually a pretty good way to stop it. Anyways, we're getting near the 18-minute mark, and I don't want to take too much more of you guys' time. I don't want to go over 18 minutes. So yeah, that's the team. I'll be seeing you tomorrow in my battle. We'll see if we're able to go over 0.500 differential again, because after a devastating loss to Frank, and no hard feelings. I love Frank. I didn't mean to be so bad. I didn't mean to be so salty to him. I definitely apologize. Anyways, that's all. That's it for now, and I'll be seeing you next time tomorrow. Au revoir and peace.